The smell of the petrol out the back of this, absolutely like fresh air into my lungs. I tell you, I'm probably not the only person enjoying the smell. You want to get everything you can out of the price of this petrol now. Just take the smell and everything in for the price you're given. Only 7 years in stock, and we've decided to advertise it. So look, you're getting a rare gem. I'll get into it with this car now. If you know what an STI is, you might have caught one in the back of this during the 90s, but that's not what the name means. The name of this car, we call it a WRX here in Europe. This car came directly in from Japan in 2015, known as the Subaru STI. Scooby, the boggers in Ireland, we usually refer to it as the Scooby Wagon. Loved all over. Take a look around the front of it. It's an absolute peach, the little pink badge and everything. It's a gem of a car. I'm going to take you for a road spin in it. Hop inside. Look at that fantastic interior before we sit in a dirty carpet. Look at these carpets and everything. Absolutely gorgeous. On the bucket seat with the red stitch. Jump in and we go for a spin. Oh, listen to that. Unbelievable. The boxer sounding engine has quite a distinctive sound. The pour off it is incredible. We have the little rev gauge here, Aplex. We also have the steering wheel, Nardi full leather steering wheel. Looking at them old dials, there's only 134 kilometers on this wagon. I'm about to take you for a drive through Dublin. I'll tell you where I'm off to. I'm off to a place called Almax. I left an alternator in off Rolls Royce a couple of weeks ago. I was starting to get worried about them now, but they phoned me back. They were waiting on a part for it, so they phoned me now and said come around, it's ready to go. So I'm delighted with that news. Off we go. I haven't drove this car in a long time, so let's see how she performs. Oh, sounds beautiful, that exhaust, I have to say. We'll see if we turn any heads in the down to the right. They're getting all the stuff ready to send over to the Ukraine. Oh, there we are. Yeah, now for the war, they're volunteering and people are dropping off donations. We already donated, you've probably seen the video on that. So very smooth, unbelievably smooth. Drives like a brand new car. Gearbox is positioned quite nice, but again, I'm used to driving modern cars, they more or less fall in. With this you actually have to follow through with the gear change, you know, one of them. So I'll drive through the Walkerstown roundabout and then straight down. But the car is still freezing cold, so I am not going to give it any socks, as you would call it, down through. Although I'm in the industrial estate, I'm very tempted to, but I won't do that because the car is cold. These industrial estates around here would be quite famous amongst all the older generation of the boy racers. The Sunday night meet, if you know, you know. Races up and down these strips here, unbelievable. Many times the guard, a helicopter and everything would be called out and they'd set up checkpoints and that. But sure, look, there wasn't a lot they could do because everybody had the performance cars, but they would have known going to these type of cruises and events that you would have to have everything in the windscreen or else you'd be asking for trouble, you know. Braking effort and everything is 100%. You could put it on fast. Would it be? That camera would be better on the fast. Soon going through Dublin now. Just leave it.
Leave as is. But if you just look and talk into the mirror, it's perfect.
Oh, can you see me in that mirror?
Yeah.
We're at 2 minutes to go now. here during lunchtime, but I've no choice because of a busy schedule on today. As you can see on the dashboard, it's great to see, like, we've no engine malfunction light, we have no, like, yeah, no bulbs gone. I don't think there is even a light to tell you if there's bulbs gone, not likely. We definitely don't have any tyre pressure lights on, which is another great great experience of driving a 90s car. Even down to the radio, right? These Japanese cars, you always had to fit your own radio, and there's also a special adapter you had to fit to get the Irish stations in. But this is a simple radio to change over. You could get the latest one now, and you'd have a USB cord on it, and you would have your Bluetooth connections and so on, so you can still play your latest music through them with those speakers. I have to say, I love the design of the clocks with the pink STI in the centre. We're starting to heat up now, so I might give the turbo a little boost. We'll see when we get through the roundabout if the road's clear, and keep it in the speed limit. Might give it a little tiddle. Look at this, look at this. Hood up, what are you doing? The hood up is scorching out today. Hood up, walk across, no need to look where he's going. The good thing about this is, and the electrification of cars, you wouldn't have a hope of hearing you come an electric car. The noise of this car growling coming at you, and he still didn't hear us coming. It's worrying. You have to put your nose out, you can't be shy. You'll be sitting there all day. There's a GT starter. Right, the turbo got a little bit of a boost there coming off the roundabout. Felt good. Right, there's a Type R. No, it's not a Type R, it's an SIR. Starting to get a lot of these classics around lately. I don't know what, whether it's the sun or coming into the spring, everybody seems to be getting them out. I could use this in everyday drive of this car, it's that good. The comfort of this seat around me as well is beautiful. Now, we're making a turn into Almac, so it's a tight little lane here. Yeah, missed the turn. Always happens, always happens. We pull in and get a U-turn. There was a van parked there, so it was blocking the view of the lane. But look, 9 times out of 10 I missed that turn. It's such a tight little turn down the lane. But right, that'll do on the record. Whoa. Go. Now, I'm nearly contemplating. Do you know what? There's a little bag in the back there. I don't want to put that down on my good carpets. Look at the condition of that carpet mat. This alternator, although it's spotless clean, they do a fantastic job in there. Always, the lads, they were reconditioning that alternator. I had it in a Rolls Royce, vintage Rolls Royce. Actually, long story, but it was my father's car. He's passed away, and with that, the alternator and battery in the Rolls Royce died with him. It wouldn't start since, so the alternator, and that is faulty. He's put a new regulator into it. He's only charged a couple of quid. It hasn't been expensive, and we get that fitted back in. So look, that's killing two birds with the one stone. We're out on a test drive, and we're picking up parts. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying driving this 97. What age is this now? So okay, this is a 25-year-old car. It is 25 years old. 25. It's not every day I come out in a classic, although I have quite a few there. I don't go to any car shows with them, and they don't be drove. Forced there, yeah. So make our way back to the garage. The van blocking us here, it's blocking our view. That's how we missed the turn. We put the nose out here while I have a chance. I think I went into the tour that time actually. that engine's very tempting to put the foot down here, but obviously I obey the speed limits. I really do actually. I broke the speed limit there a while ago, going up to the north. Broke it by 20 kilometers. It wasn't even 20 kilometers. In my opinion, I didn't break it. But what happened was, I went by and there was a guard on the far side of the road with a camera. Now, to my mind, they're not allowed to be on the far side of the road and record the opposite side of the motorway. So with that then, he come up behind my car about 10 minutes later, pulled it over and said it was speeding. But I didn't want to pay that fine, but I just paid it for the convenience, the hassle of it. I think it was like €60. I wasn't going up to Cork up near Drogheda for over €60, but he was on the far side of the road, and I think that gives a wrong indication to the gun. I'm not denying I could have been over by 5 or 10 kilometers, but I certainly wasn't speeding. I was actually behind. I hadn't overtook anything, so I don't know how that happens. But as I said, they should be on the same side of the road for accuracy. Can't believe how well it's driving. I wasn't expecting it to drive as well as this. As I said, I haven't drove the car since last time I was out, and this was about 2 years ago during lockdown. I went around and put €10 worth of petrol in it, and it's still in it. If you went to put €10 worth of petrol in it now, you'd come back out at a fuel station and it probably wouldn't even start. You'd only get air. You'd only get, I was going to say, you'd only get Mickey drops of petrol for €10 now. I might pull in and put fuel in it, because I never let a car run on empty, and I just have to noticing that now. Usually on the gauge it shows you which side it's on, but we'll have to do this the old fashioned way. Pop it. Right, that's popped now, so it's on the driver's side, and you look in your mirrors. It's the old fashioned way of doing it. Oh, can you hear that air escape from the tank? Now, we'll see what a tenner gets us now today. So, I've only got the 10 litres, but it's costing 20 this time. There was no good stopping at a town. 5 wouldn't even fill it. 5 litres wouldn't even fill a billy can. Billy can, you'd be lucky to start the car, so 20 will do, even though it's going back into storage. But well, it's being sold now actually, we're advertising. Now, I just wanted to point out to you, in old cars, for younger people watching, when you put the fuel in, it doesn't measure straight away on the gauge. Like, you're seeing how much you put in there. It takes a couple of seconds, probably take even a minute to get an accurate read. And as you can see, it's rising ever so slightly. I think it might make it to the quarter. Years ago, it actually brings back a memory. You'd be going, will I make it to the quarter? Will I make it to the half? And you'd be rubbing your hands. Today's cars, it's like almost magnetic. It just goes on instantaneously. Here we are, we're making it to the quarter on that. Even the gentleman, the till assistant, was asking about the car. You'll never be bored if you drive one of these. He was like, that's in fantastic condition. He had a UK accent. He's staring out the window now actually at us. He's staring out, pointing the camera. I told him we were making a YouTube video on it. And he thought, how much will it go for then? And I says, around 23,000. He was like, 23, we'll go for that. I says, we'll go for that. I said, we'll be eating alive for 23. But there you are, he's admiring it out the window now, like. Into the yellow box. I'm pretty sure that's what it's here for. We hadn't a hope of cutting in there, so I didn't do anything wrong. Into the yellow box and we're making a left. This here, look, we have a turbo timer. I'll get to that now when we stop. I'm going to actually, it's loaded up for a minute, so we actually see if it works. I've never used it. Like I said, I have never drove this car. We see that we get any road respect now. Is the little punto letting us in? Yeah, we have road respect. Now, our road test drive is almost completed. Still turning heads. On a Japanese import, by the way, if you're watching and you're not familiar with them, the indicator stalks are usually on the right hand side. In a European car, they're on your left. Would you look at this, the fuel has gone over the quarter, so I'm actually impressed with that. Max all fuel. It was a good fill for that money, I think, for in today's world particular. Right, we're back. Now I want to show you this turbo timer. Can we see this? Yeah? That's a turbo timer. You can higher the minutes and lower the minutes. I don't know how. Why am I going so high on that? I want to come back down. No. What is going on here with this? Oh, there we are. We're back down. No. Too high. There we are. Oh yeah. Why did it go up so? Right, we're back now, 15 seconds. No, you can set it on 2 seconds. Oh, just different settings. Right, we go back to L1. No, 6 minutes. We don't want that. We go to... No, go away. I'm messing now. Go L2. No, 8 minutes. No, too much. Go away. Right, we're back. We're back. 1 minute. 1 minute's appropriate for this car. Like, if you're on a track or something, you might give it 10 minutes. 1 minute, more than enough. So we turn on and see if it works. Yeah, there we are. That's how turbo timer works. Keys are out of the car and the car's running. And we get out. That's it, it's knocked off. That's it, end of the video. Hopefully some of you are watching never seen a turbo timer or know what it's about. Now we are fully up to date on it. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, the car will be sold.